welcome back from that short break, and of course to our third hour of Smart Men's Business. Hope you're tuned in, and of course, just in case you're tuned in, my name is Mercy and I'm joined with Charlotte. Charlotte, good morning.
Good morning, Mercy. How are you?
How was yesterday? I believe you went to do some other,
of course,
challenge of your own.
We are still we are still trying to beat the hours because we have Fisher, the man from India. He's the one who has 119 hours and 15 minutes. So Hilda Bassey is 93 hours. So today she's supposed to be beating Hilda Bassey's hours, and if she continues, she'll beat the Fisher guy. And of course, she wants to at least go until New Year's to set her own record. Like beyond, if she can go 200 hours, she'll be
okay. So New Year's is on Monday.
Yes.
So people are setting records out there, and of course you've been seeing it happening all over social media. And you could do something to earn yourself. People have gone all the way to be known. You don't know. You can just
Mercy, which challenge are you going to do? What can you do longest? Sleep, sit, laugh, be happy?
I don't know. I've not discovered my. I think with time, you can. No, I don't think I can sleep that much. I love sleeping, but not so much. Not yet.
And you see, with the records, it's quite challenging because there are do's and don'ts that are so many, and people find it quite hard. And the fact that people see that you don't earn money, but you just get that certificate, someone is like, why would I suffer for all these hours, for all these days, only in the name of just a paper or just a reward?
I mean,
so they feel
Ugandans and wanting to get money.
Of course, the first question everybody is asking is, how much is she going to be paid? How much money is she going to get? And of course, you have no answer for them because people need to learn to do their research.
I mean, you have to do something out of passion. You have to do it, not to get that. It's like giving. You don't give because you expect to be given back. No, you give it because you're doing it free will. It's a free will thing. So I guess it's a free will thing for you guys.
Yes.
And well, of course, we are looking at the aftermath of the festive season. We've not yet done the festive season, but the aftermath of this last 2 days, for people, Christmas Day and Boxing Day, how the economy is like now. People were traveling back to their workplace, their work cities yesterday. There was a little bit of crowding, of the buses and all that. So people are back in town. Some of them are still there, wondering how they're going to, start their day. But yesterday we saw the situation. People were their shops closed.
But of course, you see, after all this, there is fatigue from so much. And if anybody did not use the festive season to actually market their business that has been down, that means after the holidays you cannot actually give us something new, because this is a time everybody is actually paying attention to adverts. People are paying attention to any marketing strategy you put out there. So the aftermath of everything right now, if we look at it in the business perspective, if anybody did not concentrate on their business during this festive season, they're going to be having damages. Because some people tend to spend more than they're supposed to spend in the business. And you find that they're not restocking, and whatever money they had made, they're actually spending it right now. And if they did not market, that is going to be something that is also going to affect them.
Well, of course, the aftermath of the festive, we expect people to be recovering from the festive, as after the long week of spending and all that. And of course, we expect sales highs, the sales highs and lows, those that are going to be better. But of course, you see, now it's about, I think that there are very many businesses that are going to be working, that are going to make profits out. Maybe the food businesses, the pharmaceuticals, but for those that do clothes, I don't think that much, because they could do, because people also want to shop for the New Year.
I think they'll go back to the normal.
The businesses that are going to, work, because I know people have been attending service from Sunday, the whole week.
Yes.
It's a week of prayer, and of course, expecting 31st. yeah, it's going to be massive for most people.
And you know, some churches have actually made it a business. So that means this festive season, Akabo is actually making some money
every day. Of course, today people are known. People use this day. There's a Children's Day, either 27th or 28th.
Yes.
Then there is a baptism day. So I mean, people are is this day after this. So definitely today. 27th is usually the Children's Day, either the Children's Day or a day dedicated for baptism, you know, for most kids. But of course, when it comes to the city center, the working environment, we expect open shops to be fully open. Business as usual. Yeah, hoping yesterday was the last day for you to relax and have time for family. You have to go back to the books and realize those 2 days when I was not there, how am I going to recover? If those that had perishables, I don't think if you had perishables there was need for you to go and celebrate. You just had a few hours to go and celebrate, come back. You can't have tomatoes and you're out in the village. You find them spoiled.
But the biggest number of Ugandans this time around, yes, the buses were few, the people were complaining that they don't have transportation to the villages. But if you actually walk around and look into most of the homes or most of the businesses, if you ask people, you didn't go for Christmas, you didn't go home, most of the comments are, you know, I couldn't go. I had to choose between using that transport or sending it back home for them to actually celebrate Christmas. So as a person who is in that business that has perishables, of course, has to stay because most of them did not sell like they expected. So these things would actually get spoiled and they would end up making losses. Because going to the village, that means a week or two being there.
So when it comes to the aftermath of the festive season, we are still not fully we've not yet fully, people are not yet fully.
Yes.
We opened, there are doors open because some companies are still, government entities are still going to be operational, maybe starting from the 2nd of next year, January, so definitely. So, but of course for the business fraternity, I believe today is no more. You have to go out and make sales, strategize, you know, find research, make research on the commodities, on the things people are in need right now. What do people need after they've spent? What do they need? Have you created a space where there is a discount because people have now spent? Yeah, so now you could strategize and maybe put a little bit of discount because now
they have to get rid of the products that are actually going to expire like in February or January, because actually most people when they're doing sales mostly in December, the clearance sales, people don't actually take time to look at the expiry dates because we find that most of the products that are usually on discount here at the front of the supermarket or any shop, usually when you check the date, for example, if they're selling it in December, you find that the expiry date is January, like 10th or 15th. That means you have to use whatever you've bought during the last weeks of December, because if you don't, you end up using an expired good. So your discount, eba ya kusazi.
Yeah. And of course, when you look to, there is also an aspect of inflation that we expect due to the demand of that puts pressure on people, so that also increases inflation at some point. The demand, but of course, this festival, I don't think there was a lot of inflation. Yeah, the prices were normal. Some were actually reduced. Yeah, because I believe because people understood when we saw the butchery, the abattoir, was it the abattoir? Yeah, we saw prices were actually a bit reduced than normal because they understand their consumers. This was a time where they didn't have, you know, a little bit of money. So it's about understanding your consumers at the end of the day and create an environment where they can purchase even what you have so that it gets done. So you can imagine those that are dealing in poultry. Imagine a hen goes up to 40,000. Do you think people were able to consume poultry? I don't think.
Most people actually, the fact that the chicken was there, so chicken was having more sales than the meat.
Really?
Because the meat, remember, we were having the anthrax breakout. So unless,
people are still in fear?
Yes, they're still in fear. So when we talked to most of the guys who are selling the meat, they said unless the meat has a stamp, if actually the officials find you selling meat that doesn't have a stamp, that means you need to be worried. Do not buy that meat. And then you look at goat's meat.
It's not consumed.
Goat's meat was actually consumed because people were also still scared
of the anthrax. Oh, God.
The chicken was 60,000, and of course we ended up buying it because we had nothing to do. And then goat's meat, a kilo was going for 25,000 from 18,000.
Wow.
Unless you entered inside there and you took your time, it had to be 20,000. But any other place, like this butchers that are nearby, it was 25,000. 25,000. And you're like, he's like, no, because they know
the demand is there.
Yes.
Yeah, there is demand. So, where there is demand, there is a little bit of inflation.
Yes.
So definitely. But because I was talking to Andrew, and when he was in Chikubu, he told me some people are not able to make sales, mostly those who do cutlery.
Yes.
Home appliances and all that.
Yes.
I do not know what could have been. Of course, because now Christmas and the festive is known for food.
Yes.
So I believe people who made a lot of money were those that are reliantly on food products, produce, but cutlery. I mean, who buys forks? I mean, there is forks in the house. Why do I need to stock forks and dishes?
Forks disappear in the house. Usually
we shall buy that in January. Buy those in January. That's when people are going to be counting back their plates, and they're like, oh, okay, 2 plates are missing. I could go back, but for this case, I believe people did not make as much as we did, because we are comparing 2021, 2022. 2021, why people made more sales, mostly for the food and beverages. Why the restrictions were lifted, so people had to celebrate life.
Yes,
you had to celebrate life. You drink, for the ancestors for having kept you alive during the COVID.
But most countries, Ugandans as the
consumers of alcohol.
Yes, we have the highest number of drunkards, and we do party after party, party after party. Anybody who comes to Uganda, like, when you go to Uganda and you want to have a good time, that is the place to go, because party after party, Monday to Monday. They don't have this is a working day or this is not a working day.
I wonder how yesterday was, given the fact that it's known for having very many little bit of vivru. Yeah, so hoping people were able to, go out and relax a bit.
Actually, compared to the rest of the years, yesterday was actually quite different. The streets were not as crowded as they are usually on 26th, because most people, I think, were scared, or they were scared of going out there to spend, because I think they were looking at the transportation, then you have to pay entrance, and then when you get to that place, you have to spend.
Yeah.
So people were looking at that and they said, no, maybe I should stay home.
Oh, no, you see, there is a competition between the 26th and the 31st.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, actually. Very big competition.
So people save up for the 31st. Some will be in church, others will be in the bars, and they don't know how the year will begin. So, so definitely the consumer behavior in Uganda when it comes to the festive is entirely on food and beverages. Yes, that is what we expect. And maybe transportation, maybe. But of course, we have to keep in mind that we have to be safe on the roads. People are reckless. Yeah, security has to be tight. If you're going out to different places, you have to keep your gate. Put your gate, I don't know, whichever key, whichever padlock you use, whether the alarm, whether you put with the one that has fire, but for the safety of your own house, for the safety of your own house, because there's a lot of theft, there's a lot of robbery, and of course road accidents that are happening. So you have to be vigilant on the road. So that is what the aftermath. But of course, Andrew is out in field. He's going to be giving us an overview of what is happening in the city, in Kampala, in the city, what is happening there, if business is as usual, or people are still, reluctant to opening up their shops to for people to be able to buy whatever they are supposed to buy. But I believe it could not have been a season where people made money, but there is always next year. So make sure you improve what did not work this year. Make sure you improve.
How about if we use the last days that are left to improve?
Yes, it could be that. It could be that. So they could use today, these last 4 days. 4 days to make a difference.
We were really hoping this week could get done without us having jam again. Because yesterday the streets were looking beautiful.
Oh, they were clean.
And you would just sit on a bike and before you know it, you're home.
Already home.
You don't have to sit in traffic. So everyone was like, I wish Uganda can be like this, because cars were just going, there was no standing, and everyone was just happy after all that. But people have to remember one thing: after the festive season and the spending and doing everything, people need to remember to take care of their mental health. That is something that is very important, because after this they're all going to be looking at things like, oh, I spent a lot, oh, this, now I have to look at the new year, and of course they're going to end up being sluggish even at work, you know, that first week after the festive season.
True.
So you actually need to sit down and recollect for some time.
They're going to be unproductive.
Yes. So they need to sit and actually give themselves like a day or two. You first relax your mind, think about why you're actually going to work, think about why you still love your job and still why you're still going there. So at the end of the day, I think it would actually help. I
think the main reason as to why people are usually sluggish is because of the month. Because the month has started
6 days.
Oh yeah, the month has started when you do not know. You're counting now days, and you do not know how the month is going to be like. Are you going to make sales? Are people going to support you?
What should I add in the business?
What should I add in the business? And of course, you have to be creative, because there's a lot of competitors. Many businesses are coming up. Mostly these the youngsters are being innovative enough. Make use of social media, people. Make use of social media. Do TikTok, do Instagram. I mean, social media has made people's products be known. You just put, if you have hair products, just take a picture of someone that you finished working on. I mean, even if it's food. You know, there are some businesses who feel like, why would I market?
Because I have market already.
Why? I mean, over time, technology changes, so you have to be updated as well. You have to be on trend. Yeah. So this thing of that is why we've seen even in the different schools. Sorry to bring this up. In the different schools, the ones we knew, the different traditional schools we knew, now people are opting to take their
the people that are actually marketing their places.
Yes.
But these other schools, I think, had this thing of, we've been known for so many years. And they were proud because of that. But guess what? People every day wake up and they actually think of a way to beat what you have. Because I wouldn't want to open a restaurant when I am not looking at someone else. I would actually, because when you're starting a business, what is your goal? What is your aim? Who do you want to be better than? So at the end of the day, these people of the schools had this thing of already, Mercy Secondary School is already known, so everybody has to come, it is a must. But with time, people are actually putting better schools, and they are actually using social media, they're using their pages. And these other ones, their pages are there, but dormant. They do it because everybody else is doing it. So that is the problem we have in business.
Oh yeah, that is. Have you ever had an instance where, like an advert has drawn you to do something? You know, I saw an advert of a place. It was a tour place, and the voice.
You're like,
the voice.
I need to go.
Oh my God! I was like, I need to go there. The pictures. Oh my God! I was like, I need to go to this place. I need to go, and it all goes back to strategy. Marketing is really, really important.
Yes.
So I believe that is why maybe for some businesses have been able to thrive. Yeah, and people who do makeup, you see them doing, you know, videos of their brides and all that. People who do hair, mostly people who are into cosmetology and all that, they're trying at least to do that, you know, to market themselves, you know, promote themselves. At the end of the day, you find yourself, someone recommends you to a certain place, because I've seen Charlotte has nice products.
Yes.
I've seen them on social media. I've been struggling with hair breaking, you know, for most ladies, and you feel at the end of the day hear reports that you're like, I think I need to go to this place and try out.
Yeah. Speaking of adverts, there's a beverage company that made an ad, and then my son came and asked me, Mommy, does this drink actually give you wings? Can I please have it? I'm like, no, that drinky, it's an ad. This is something they say for people to actually buy. So there are ads that actually make people actually want to buy a product at the end of the day. So that is it.
Yeah, that is it. And of course, we hope that you've heard from us. We better want to give you advice on how to thrive in the business world. So make sure you do something extraordinary in these last few days so that you can, you know, compensate for the last days that you have not been around. And of course, usually now of course businesses and of course Indians, you can see right there for them, you know, they don't celebrate much. They're always busy, except for maybe their day, which is also once.
Indians actually have so many celebrations they do. They have Holi, Diwali, they have...
But you realize they leave representatives.
Yes.
They don't close. They leave representatives at least.
If you're working for an Indian, you have to know you only get one leave. And those are the people that I know that have very little money. Very little money. So you have to go there knowing the person I'm working for doesn't actually give these breaks like whatever we expect. But of course, like we said, Indians don't close. Most Ugandans need to also remember one thing after the festive season. You need to recover after everything, because after the holiday season, there's a lot of losses, a lot of damages, a lot of this, a lot of that. So right now, you would sit down and say, so how do I recover the 1 million I lost? How do I recover these things that I lost? How do I recover the lost customers that I actually lost during this time? Because, you know, most customers, just something small, before you know it, you've lost a customer.
Just small errors and mistakes. So you've heard it from Charlotte, and of course we're just 22 minutes past 9 a.m. and of course we're still in our third hour Smart Men's Business, and we're going for a short commercial break, and we shall be right back.